Friends, if you can hear me, we are live, so just hang out. We'll get rolling shortly.
My grandfather was a sleight of hand, and he believed that the best magic is performed through a 50 degree outside home.
My friend, you are now the keeper of the magic envelope.
I look forward to meeting you in person, Edgar. Sincerely, Dennis.
He told me if you can tear up their dolls and restore them right under their nose, or look into their mind and read their thoughts, or create any number of other miracles inches in front of their eyes, that is an experience they will not soon forget.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our third Magic Parlor Happy Hour. I am Dennis Watkins, and it is an absolute joy to have you with me tonight. Thank you for being here. The Magic Parlor, of course, went on hold, or we halted performances back on March the 14th. And since that time, I have been working very hard to find new ways to share magic with all of you. And over the last 6 weeks or so, you and I have experimented with magic in a medium that my granddad would have never imagined working. And your response has been really great. I am overwhelmed by the number of you who have tuned in and sent nice notes, and I'm very grateful to all of you for being part of this rather magnificent experiment. While I greatly anticipate returning to the Palmer House and sharing magic with you again live and in person soon, it is a thrill to explore this new world with you in the meantime. And actually, before we dive in, a couple of quick things. I want to thank Choose Chicago for bringing in all of our media friends in Canada to tonight's live stream. Hello in Canada. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And I want to give a big shout out to my friends at Alden North Shore. Thank you also for watching, friends. We're glad you're here. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in, friends, and I am going to bring in our very first volunteer. Our volunteers are, of course, chosen through a random draw of people who say they might be interested in joining us, and our first volunteer is Jackie. I'm going to bring Jackie in. Jackie, hello. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Great. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jackie. You're at home. Where exactly is home for you?
Palos Park, Illinois.
Outstanding. And Jackie and I met at a show that I did at St. Xavier University. But Jackie, have you seen the Magic Parlor as well?
Yep, 2 times.
2 times. Outstanding, Jackie. That's my favorite kind of answer. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to change the window slightly here so that folks can see a little bit better. And we're going to dive in with just a bit of magic. Now, Jackie, we started the first Magic Parlor happy hour with a gambling game. That was the 3-shell game, the pea and the 3 walnut shells, and the audience members try to keep up with the pea. We started the second one with a version of that game, but a simpler version. 1 cup, 1 ball, you keep up with the ball. We're going to follow suit tonight. We're going to start with a gambling game. I would never, however, ask you to pony up your own money to join. So instead, I will sponsor your buy-in, Jackie. I'm going to sponsor your buy-in to the tune of $20. So this $20 bill now technically is yours. And if we were in the same room, Jackie, I would have you sign your name to that bill to make sure that everybody understands that it's yours. We're not in the same room, of course. We're quite a good ways away from each other. But I do need to mark it. So if you don't mind telling me how you'd like me to mark this bill, I can write a word on it that you choose. I can draw a simple picture, whatever feels like it makes it unique to you and only you.
Can you write, I love math?
I love math?
Yes.
You bet I can. I love math. Perfect. Right across the face. I'll give a little exclamation point as well. So, Jackie, this is your bill. Can you see it? With your marking right across the face. I love math. Likely the only bill like this in the world. And Jackie, if you win this game, you get the $20. I will Venmo you if you win. Not only, though, do you get the $20, Jackie, you also get the money that I have to put in to play the game, and my ante is a little bit more substantial. I'm going to ante up to the tune of $100. I have $100 that I'm going to put into the game. We've marked your bill with I love math. We've marked mine with my signature, nice and big right across the face so everyone can see it, yeah? My bill goes right here inside of this little wallet. Now, you might have noticed there's something else in the wallet, friends. That's a little envelope. That envelope is marked Consolation Prize. It is marked Consolation Prize, Jackie, because the most likely outcome of this game is that I will win. And when I win the game, I want you to feel good about it. I want you to leave with something, and hence the Consolation Prize. So the Consolation Prize and my money are going to sit in this wallet right over here. I want to make sure that's in both shots here. Do we have that in both shots? Perfect, we certainly do. And it's going to stay right there through the end of this. Now the game itself, Jackie, is very, very simple. Over the next couple of minutes, I am going to remove my $100 bill from this wallet without you or anyone else seeing me do so. If I can pull that off, if I can remove my 100 from that wallet without you or anyone else noticing me do so, I win the game. However, if you catch me, if anyone else catches me, you win the game, and you can keep not only your 20, but my 100. Seem good? It's kind of it's a no-lose situation for you, Jackie, and I'm going to pull this in nice and close, because in order to really pull this off, I must implement just a little bit of misdirection. I'm going to do that with your bill. Now, Jackie, what happens next is going to happen very slowly, and I'm going to do it right in front of your eyes. And I'm going to do it this way because later on, I don't want you to say, Dennis, it was just sleight of hand. Your hands, they're so much quicker than my eye. If only I hadn't blinked, I would have seen it. The truth is, Jackie, I want you to see it happen. I want you to watch as closely as you can possibly watch, Jackie, because it is only after you have done so, it is only after you have really studied and truly scrutinized that you will understand there is only one possible explanation, Jackie, and that, of course, is magic. Jackie, that's my signed 100. Did you see me steal that bill?
No.
No, that's because I'm not a thief, Jackie. With a thief, you can almost always track it back. You can pinpoint the exact moment of the crime. Of course, I'm not a thief. It's different when you do it with a magician. When it's a magician, the bill is never stolen at all. The bill simply disappears from one place only to arrive in the other. Now, Jackie, I told you that the most likely outcome here was that you were going to leave with the consolation prize, and in fact you are, but I don't want you to feel bad about that, Jackie. I want you to feel great about that. That's why I made sure the consolation prize was something worth winning. See, the consolation prize you win, Jackie, it's far better than cash. That prize is the sense of wonder that you feel when you realize that your bill, just like mine, vanished from one place only to reappear in another. Jackie, that's yours. I love math. Nicely done. Friends, if you're at home, she can't quite hear you, but please give Jackie a giant round of applause for her help. Jackie, thank you. Now, I'll be honest, this game, the shell game, the cup and the ball game that we played, all of these live in a world of magic that I don't usually play in with my audiences. And that's because at the end of the game, Jackie, I of course win and you do not. And I want my audience to feel like winners. I want them to feel like heroes when they leave. So I am going to send you away with something, Jackie. I am going to send you 2 tickets to the Magic Parlor when we reopen. But they're not just 2 general admission tickets, Jackie. I'm going to send you the whole Magic Parlor experience. You get 2 tickets to the show. You get 2 tickets to the Encore Room VIP after show experience. And you get dinner for 2, the magic menu at the Palmer House's Lockwood restaurant before the show. So you get the whole thing. And we have your information. We'll send that to you. As a thank you for playing. Jackie, you're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you at the show.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
She's awesome. Don't you think she's awesome? I think she's awesome. So, friends, last time around we did something new, something I didn't really plan on doing when we started the live stream, and that's that we brought in a friend of mine, mixologist Chad Hauge from Common Good Cocktail House in Glen Ellen, and he came into the last live stream and shared an awesome craft cocktail recipe, and it turned out people loved it. The feedback was great, so tonight we have brought him back to share another delicious concoction. We circulated the recipe to this on our social channels for the past couple of days, so hopefully you were able to grab what you might need to make this drink and follow along and then enjoy it for the rest of the live stream. So, with that being said, please welcome my friend, Chad Hauge. Let's bring Chad in. There you are, Chad. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. So I'm having a little trouble with your window, though. Hold on one second. There we go. Now we're both here. Isn't that nice? Can you hear me all right?
Looks great. I can hear you great. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. And actually, I'm thrilled that you're here. I'm going to throw in this recipe that you gave us. I'm going to throw it up so everyone can see it. Does that seem good?
Sounds good to me.
Great. I put it on the wrong side of the screen, though. I'm going to move it over here, cover me up so that they can see you as you make it. Chad, take it away, friend.
All right. Hey, everyone. So, second time doing this. I hope it turns out well for you guys. But last time was a lot of fun. Got to experience a little bit of Dennis's magic, and that's always an amazing thing. So I hope this is magical for you guys, too. So today we're going to be making just a simple Chipotle Paloma. So I'm sure many of you have had a Paloma before. It's a very simple, straightforward cocktail with just your favorite agave-based spirit like tequila or mezcal, some grapefruit soda like Squirt here in the U.S., and then you salt the rim, you add ice, you add soda water. It's a beautiful experience. But if you're like me during this quarantine time, it gets a little bit stir crazy. And we all like to try to think of little fun twists that we can do. So today I'm offering you a Chipotle Paloma. So first thing to do is to get yourself grapefruit and lime. And we juice them, set them aside. You can follow the directions there. You're going to be juicing about 2 limes and 1 grapefruit for this. Hopefully you're going to be getting roughly 2 ounces and 4 ounces of lime and grapefruit respectively. Then you're going to take about 2 ounces of sugar. You're going to be taking agave syrup and putting about 2 ounces of agave in there as well. And then I put in there that you have some Chipotle chilies. Sometimes they can be hard to source. If you have local grocery stores nearby, you might see them as Moritas, and those are going to be fully ripe Chipotles. You might see them as brown chipotles. So I put in the recipe that's a quarter of a chipotle that you can chop up. If you have morritos, they're going to be smaller and less spicy, and they're going to vary in size. So I just wanted to clarify, if you've got one about this size, you can just use the whole thing, throw it in there. And then you're going to add a bag of hojicha, which is like a toasted green tea. You're going to place that on boil. And after just about like 5 minutes, it'll come to boil. You take it back out, and you've got yourself the base for what we consider to be like a chipotle paloma mix. You add this mix at about 2.5 ounces. With the lime and grapefruit that you set aside, and then 1.5 ounces of tequila. Top it with soda water, and then you've got yourself a nice little chipotle paloma. And we have on that recipe that you can make it a spirited version or a free-spirited version. We just think of that as like alcoholic or non-alcoholic. So I'm drinking mine free-spirited today. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for having me, Dennis.
Chad, anytime. Thank you for being here. I hope everyone enjoys that drink. Everybody wave goodbye to Chad. It's been a pleasure, friend. Take good care of yourself.
Pleasure's mine. Thanks, you too.
All right. And friends, we're going to keep moving forward with a little bit of magic. I want to bring in a very special guest, a gentleman that I've known for quite some time, and I was thrilled that he was chosen to be one of our random volunteers. This is the one and only Steve Snyder, coming to us from Pennsylvania. Hello, Steve. How are you? Will you unmute your microphone for me?
I'm a goon. Yes. Hello, beautiful Dennis.
Hello. Welcome. Where exactly in Pennsylvania are you today?
We are in State College. Here's Pennsylvania. We are right in the middle, equally inaccessible from all parts of the state.
Awesome. Well, I hope it's lovely there today. I hope today, the today part of your quarantine is amazing.
It is. It is even better now.
Awesome. Well, Steve, I thought that you and I could share just a little bit of card magic, if that's all right with you. And Steve, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I understand that your son, of course, is a budding magician. So I am going to talk a little bit about how I do what I do with the cards as we go. Again, something I wouldn't normally do, but hopefully this allows you to pass a little knowledge on to Luca and get some extra dad points, yeah?
Yes. Excellent.
Outstanding. And because I'm going to talk a little bit about how I do what I do with the cards, actually, let me see if I can change the window. There we go. Since I'm going to talk a little bit about how we do this as we go, I think it's fitting, friend, that we start at the very, very beginning with sort of the simplest, oldest, and most straightforward story in card magic, and that, friend, is the good old pick a card. So I'm going to ask you to pick a card, any card. Now, naturally, we're not in the same room, so you can't just reach into the pack. Instead of just reaching into the pack, Steve, I'm going to move cards from my left over to my right, just like this. And as I do that, as I move the cards from the left over to the right, I just want you to shout stop at any point.
Stop.
Right here?
Yep.
Great.
Perfect.
So I've stopped here. That means you can either have this card here in my right hand or this one here on the left pile. Which one do you want, right or left?
We're going to go with the left, please.
You're going to go with my left. This one?
Correct.
Outstanding. That is yours, Steve. Now here's the thing. No sooner do you actually tell me when to stop, no sooner do you select a card than I know exactly what it is. Steve, I know that this card is the 5 of diamonds. Now, if we were playing cards against each other, you can imagine the advantage this would give me in the game. We're not playing cards. We're just doing a little bit of magic. So it's not advantageous for me, Steve. It's simply a little bit mysterious that I might be able to get that kind of information. So that's the 5 of diamonds. Now, when I do this for people, when I show people this very simple and straightforward story with the cards, they suspect a lot of very complicated things, right? People suspect some explanations such as they often think that I made you choose that 5 of diamonds through some sort of psychological suggestion, which is possible, Steve. It is possible, though it's very difficult in this situation with you being in Pennsylvania and me being here in Chicago. And if they don't think that I made you choose that card through the power of suggestion, they likely think that the deck is all 5 of diamonds. I'll show you, friend, it's not all 5 of diamonds. They're not. Each and every card is different. And if they don't think it's those things, they will often suspect that I'm using some sort of marked cards. I'll show you, of course, I'm not using marked cards. These are standard cards. We'll get that up nice and close. And actually, Steve, here's a little insider tip for you. If you're looking for marked cards, the best way to look is to run them past your eye like this, like an old-fashioned animation flip book. Because what you're looking for is changes, and if you see movement in that pattern, it indicates a change. That means the cards are, of course, marked. Now, the truth is, I could use any of these ploys. I could. I'm not, Steve. What I'm doing is actually much simpler than that. I am just listening to the cards. That's it. So instead of forcing a card, instead of having you work with me with a mixed deck, I really let you just tell me when to stop, and we'll go in nice and close so we know it's fair. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Here? Do you want the one in my right hand or the one in my left hand?
The one in your right hand.
You want the right this time. You're changing it up. Now, Steve, this is it. Did you hear that, Steve? I riffle the cards like this. Yeah. And as I riffle the cards, I listen. And I hear 51 cards. I don't hear 52 cards because one is out here. I hear 51 cards. I hear all the 7s, all the 3s, the 9s. I don't hear all the 10s, though, Steve. I don't. I don't hear the 10 of clubs, and because I don't hear the 10 of clubs, I know that that's the card you chose. Good, the 10 of clubs, see? Now, when I share this with young magicians, or folks like you that I hope to pass it on to future young magicians, they ask me, they say, Dennis, well, it doesn't really immediately make a great deal of sense that you can hear a difference in all of the cards. How does this actually work? And Steve, this is the best way that I can explain it to you, really. Just, I'll cut the deck. I want you to just tell me where to stop, where we cut. So you tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right here, okay? I could go further.
One back.
You want one card back?
Yes.
You want to cut here?
Yes.
Great, so we'll cut the deck. And this time we're going to use 2 cards. And I want you to listen as closely as you can. I got my mic right here. It's a big boom mic. It's turned up pretty loud, so hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Here's one, listen. Did you hear it?
I did.
Right here, we'll do it again. 1 and 2. Yeah, this one's clear to me, Steve. This is the ace of clubs, clear as day. Yeah, the ace of clubs. This one is confusing with me. This is a 4. I think it's a red 4. It's either the heart or the diamond. I'm gonna go with the diamond, Steve. It's the 4. I missed. It's the 4 of hearts. In my defense, though, Steve, the 4 of hearts and the 4 of diamonds, they sound an awful lot alike. And here's why, really. This is the basis for the whole thing. You look at these cards, they're the same size exactly, they're the same width exactly, they have the exact same back, Steve. All of this amounts to the fact that they weigh exactly the same thing until they're printed on the face. At which point, Steve, if you look at the cards, you see the 4 of hearts clearly requires more ink than the ace of clubs. That, of course, makes it heavier. And that difference in weight allows for the difference in this sound, wait for it, and this sound. Make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look,
totally.
Yeah, well, you say totally, but you look a little dubious. And frankly, it's best, Steve, don't really think about the science behind it, but think of it as simply learning to hear the cards when they speak to you and understanding their language. And if you can do that, Steve, if you can really hear the cards when they speak to you, if you can really understand your language, then you open yourself up to doing a whole slew of really remarkable things. For example, there are 52 cards in a pack. 52 cards. So Steve, call out a number 1 through 52.
33.
33. Listen. I had to do that twice because that's a hard one. 3 times. 33. 33. I think I heard the 8 of diamonds at 33. I think I did. So let's go close. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, the 33rd card, the 8 of diamonds, right? Now that, frankly, that's just luck, really. But really, once you can learn to listen like this, you can accomplish some pretty complicated effects as well. Let's try this, Steve. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to cut the pack a couple of times, and I want you, sir, to just tell me when to cut.
Now.
Here? Seem good?
Yep.
We'll cut there, and we'll do it again. Tell me when to cut.
Now.
Now seem good? We'll cut again. Do you want another cut?
I am content with the 2.
You're content with just, how many did we do? 2 or 3?
I believe, was that 2?
We did 2, and you're content with 2. Okay, great. So we'll take the card that we cut to, and Steve, this time I am going to listen for 2 things. I'm going to listen for the card that is missing, and I am going to listen for another card as well. Now the card that's missing, the one I didn't hear, Steve, that was quite clearly to me the King of Spades. Good. And we cut twice to get to that King of Spades. I also found, I listened, every card has a mate. It's the other black king. That's the mate for the King of Spades. That would be the King of Clubs. We cut twice to get to yours. I cut once to get to mine. And look, check it out. I landed right there, the King of Clubs. Nicely done, friend. Nicely done. Now, truthfully, Steve, learning to listen to the cards in this way, it is it's a lifelong endeavor. It's no small thing. So I'm probably putting the cart before the horse just a little bit, and I want to back up a little bit because the cards can communicate in languages that are much simpler for us to understand, to decipher. For example, we can ask them very simple questions, and they can give very clear and very simple answers. So let's have you take another card, Steve. Tell me when to stop.
I think let's stop right there.
Right there? Do you want the one in my right hand or the one in my left hand?
Your left is great.
You want the left. You want this one?
Yes.
Great. That's yours. Now, Steve, I need you to see it. I don't want to see it, but I need you. So I'm going to cover my eyes. I want you to burn that card into your mind. Do you have it?
I do.
You got it? Don't lose that. Now, I am going to ask you some questions, Steve, and you can either lie or tell the truth. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter what you do because I'm not going to interpret your answers. The cards are going to interpret your answers, yeah? So, first question. The card that you chose here, Steve, is that card black or is it red?
It is red.
It is red, R-E-D. This card, Steve, will tell us whether you are telling the truth or lying. Second question, if it's red, Steve, that means it's either a diamond or it's one of the hearts. Which is it, a diamond or one of the hearts?
It is one of the hearts.
Hearts. H-E-A-R-T-S. One of the hearts. This card will tell me whether you're lying or telling the truth. Last question. And again, you can lie or you can tell the truth. Your card, what is the value of your card, ace through king?
It is a 5.
It's a 5?
It is a 5.
F-I-V-E, 5. Did I do F-I-V-E? Did I do that? I did that right. Good. So F-I-V-E 5. So these cards tell us whether you're lying or telling the truth. Simple answers from the cards. All we have to do is listen, Steve. The first question was whether it was red or black. You said the card was red. Steve, this card tells me that was a lie. It was black. Next question. Was it a diamond or one of the hearts? You said it was a heart. Another lie. It was a spade. Wasn't it, Steve?
Yes.
It was. Last question. I asked you for the value of the card. You said it was a 5. Steve, you told the truth. It was a 5. It was the 5 of spades. Is that correct?
Yes.
The 5 of spades. Steve, you see, all you have to do is learn to listen to the answers. They always give them. Now again, friend, I mentioned this a moment ago. I think that learning to do this is for most people a lifelong endeavor. However, there are people for whom this comes very quickly, very naturally, who might have sort of a natural ability to understand the language of the cards. And believe it or not, Steve, I think that you might be one of those people. I do. So I want to swap roles here, and I want you to just take a minute, clear your mind, because you, sir, are going to listen to the cards this time around, and you are going to tell me what you're learning. Make sense?
Okay.
First things first, you need to take one. So, Steve, as we've done several times before, just tell me when to stop, friend.
Let's stop right there.
Right there? Do you want the one in my right hand or the one in my left hand?
Right hand, please.
You want my right hand, yes? So this
Yes.
card is yours. I want you to burn it into your mind. I'm not going to look, but you look. Got it?
Yes.
Great. Don't lose that card. Now, Steve, we're going to cut one more time just for good measure, and this is what's going to happen. It's simple. I'm going to spread the cards out for you to see, sort of one at a time. I'm going to spread them from one hand to the other. All you have to do is listen, Steve. Because your card, the one you chose, is going to present itself to you in a way that's clear, in a way that's obvious. And when it does that, Steve, when you just know that that's the one, all you have to do, friend, is say stop.
Stop.
Yep. Oh, here?
Yes.
Do you want the one in my right hand or the one in my left hand?
Your left hand, please.
You want this one over here. Of course you did. Now, Steve, I think that's pretty awesome. All you did was open yourself up and listen. Yes, and I actually didn't look at the card, Steve. You looked at it, so you can tell me now. It was was it the Nine of Spades? Did we do it?
It was indeed.
Yeah, we got it, right? Now, Steve, that was good, but look at this. I mean, frankly, this one to me, it feels, well, it feels like kind of one of the obvious ones. So we're going to try it again.
Okay.
Just tell me when to stop.
Stop, please.
Here, right or left?
Left.
Left this time. This one, right here, yeah? So this is
Yes.
yours. Now, I'm going to show you that card, but not for just a second. First, what I want you to do, Steve, is take a minute and clear your mind, because we're going to move very fast this time, yeah? We're going to move very, very fast. I'm going to show you the card. You're going to immediately establish a relationship with that card, and then we're going to see if you can spot it. Are you ready?
I am.
Here we go. Take a look. Got it?
Yes.
Now listen, Steve. It will present itself to you. Steve,
Yes.
did you see it?
No.
Okay, Steve. We'll try it again.
Excellent. Thank you.
And I'll just stop. Do you see it?
In my view, I do not, but I can't see the cards on the extreme
Well,
ends of
okay.
the spread.
Sure. Well, here's the thing, Steve. I believe that you do see it. You saw it very clearly the first time around, and the only difference here is you trusted yourself, because this time it seems impossible. But, Steve, I know that you see it, friend. I know that you do.
I do.
Yes? What was the
do.
card?
It was the King of Spades.
Outstanding, the King of
It
Spades.
is the King of Spades.
Nicely done, Mr. Steve Snyder. Friends at home, I think we should give Mr. Snyder a giant round of applause. Steve,
Ooh.
that was remarkable work, sir. Remarkable work. And I can't express my gratitude enough for you to take the time out of your day and join us. Thank you, sir.
Dennis, you are incredible. You are
You
so
are.
incredible. And you are a gift to this planet.
Well, thank you, sir. As are you. Take good care of yourself. Tell your family hello. Stay safe, all right?
Well, you too. Thank you, Dennis.
Take care, friend. And now, friends. Now, dear friends who happen to be, if I can move my mouse, there we go. Now, friends, I am very excited about our guest tonight, our very special guest. The live performances of celebrated conjurer, stand-up magician Derek Hughes have been lauded by audiences and critics alike, with the New York Times calling him thoroughly entertaining. Hughes has performed his magic on, get this, MTV, VH1, Comedy Central, on the CW's Penn and Teller Fool Us, and on Ellen. He is a consulting producer of a show that I love, True TV's hit magic series, The Carbonaro Effect, and was a finalist on season 10 of NBC's America's Got Talent. I had the very great pleasure of meeting Mr. Hughes last year while working with the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust on Liberty Magic. I was a huge fan of Derek for quite some time prior to meeting him, and now that I realize that he is also just an awesome human being, I am an even bigger fan. So please welcome to the Magic Parlor Happy Hour, the one and only Mr. Derek Hughes. I'm going to make you bigger. Hello, friend.
Hey, Dennis, what a wonderful introduction. You make me feel very important in my basement.
We should all feel very important in our basement. I think that's true. I'm in my basement now. I try to make myself feel important with all these lights and nonsense. So,
Nice.
You're in Minnesota, yes?
Yep, just a hop, skip, and a jump from you in Chicago.
How is it out there today?
Beautiful day.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking a couple minutes out of it to join us. We're really happy to have you.
Absolutely.
And if it's okay with you, sir, I'm going to give you the whole screen. I'm going to open it up, and you can share some magic with these beautiful people. Seem good?
Great. There's something very specific that I wanted to share with you and your friends. So that's awesome. That'd
Awesome.
be great.
All
Okay.
you, friend.
I'm going to stand up here. I hope everybody can see this okay. I have a section of newspaper. This newspaper is from Friday, December 6th, 2019. It is from the recycle bin. I haven't left the house in 2 months. But it's actually quite fitting that the only newspaper available to me is one from last year, because everything that is in this section of newspaper is now a memory. And what I wanted to share with you, Dennis, and your fans, is an idea about memories. You know, with everything that's in the news nowadays, the COVID-19 pandemic, the stock market, questionable leadership, stay-at-home orders, toilet paper drought. I mean, these things, they can help us and make it very easy to forget some very important things. It's very easy to forget laughing hysterically with a group of friends and strangers at a packed comedy club. It's easy to forget a quiet weekday at home while the kids are actually at school. It's easy to forget dinner and a movie? What is that? It's easy to forget what it's like to wake up without a underlying sense of doubt and concern for an uncertain future. Or what about just shaking hands and sharing a smile when we say hello? With our regular routines torn to pieces, it is very easy to forget so many of the little things that make life the miracle that it is. But no matter how alone we feel, none of us are alone in this. And I encourage you to maintain a vision of a positive and healthy future. Stay as healthy as you can where you are. And together, we will find a way to a brighter tomorrow, filled with all the wonderful things that make this life the astonishing miracle that it truly is. From my basement to yours, thanks for having me.
Mr. Hughes, thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
It's a beautiful piece of magic, and it is a light that the world needs right now. So thank you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. You are too, Dennis.
Well, thank you.
Here's the packed houses in the not-too-distant future.
I look forward to that, my friend. Thanks for taking a few minutes and sharing that with everybody. Everybody from home, give Derek a giant round of applause. You can't hear it, Derek, but they're clapping. Thank you, sir. Take care. Friends, thank you so much for joining us tonight. As always, it is a joy to spend some time with you. We do have another very, very special piece of magic for you. But before we get to it, I do want to say that while we do not sell tickets for this event, there are ways that you can support the Magic Parlour, of course, and that is to stay close to us, like and follow this page, and make sure you join us next on the next Magic Parlour Happy Hour, which is 2 weeks from today, on Facebook at the exact same time. Until then, watch our website. You can book virtual performances if you want to, but mostly we hope that you just keep finding ways to share magic with the people around you. Now, I want to share a very special piece of magic with you. We do have another person to join us this evening, and this is Mika. Let me bring in Mika. Hi, Mika. How are you?
Hi, Dennis. I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. And you are right here in the city of Chicago, yes?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, right. Oh, good Lord. New York, a totally different place. I hope it's great out there. How are you doing there?
Fine. It's a
Awesome.
little weird, but weird is everywhere.
It is indeed. Well, I need you to do something really simple, Mika. I need you to think of a playing card. Now, when I ask people to think of a playing card, they most often think of something like the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts or the Joker. Now, these, Mika, these are in the deck, so you can think of one of those, but I encourage you to think outside of the box, yes?
Okay.
It's important, Mika, as you do this, that you don't think of any random playing card. It's important that you think of the perfect playing card, so take your time. Imagine a deck of cards laid out on the table. Scan their faces slowly, surely. I want you to settle on one and only one of those 52 cards. I'm going to give you a few moments to do that. While you do that, I'm going to talk to these fine folks. Folks, I talk a lot in my shows at the Palmer House. I talk a lot about my grandfather, Ed Watkins. Now, he was never able to see the Magic Parlor. He passed away before we moved that show into the Palmer House a long, long time ago. He did, however, see me perform many magic shows over the course of my life. And his hand, his imagination, they are in every piece of magic that I perform. And in fact, that piece of card magic, that whole series of card magic that I performed with Steve just a few minutes ago is one of my grandfather's routines, performed almost exactly step by step as he used to do it. I'm very lucky to have had him. And I want to close our time together tonight with a piece that helps me to reconnect with the man who pulled me into this wild world of magic and gave me my craft. When he passed away, I inherited a garage full of apparatus. I received books and gimmicks and props and manuscripts. I literally received trunks full of secrets. And Mika, buried in the bottom of one of those trunks was this little wooden box. And taped to the lid, Mika, was a note that simply read, "Think of a card." Now, I did not know then, and I do not know now whether that note was meant for me specifically. But I did what it said, Mika, and I thought of a card. And I will tell you, in all honesty, that I don't know how this works or why, but I have discovered it to be extremely meaningful. Because, Mika, every time I open this box, I recall the countless hours that I spent sitting with my grandfather in his parlor, a deck of cards in hand, mirroring every single movement that he made. And every time I open it, I can feel his hand on my back pushing me to spend my life gifting joy and wonder to rooms full of people like yourselves. And every time I open it, Mika, I can hear his voice say, "That's it." That feels like magic, doesn't it? Mika, now is the last moment where you might be able to change your mind. Are you committed?
I'm committed.
What is the card, Mika?
The Three of Clubs.
The Three of Clubs. Did you go straight for the Three of Clubs, or did you think of a different one and then change your mind?
I thought of the Three of Spades first, but then you
But
said
you-
Ace of Spades. I switched to
sure.
clubs.
And now you want the Three of Clubs. You can have the Three of Spades if you want it. It's up to you.
I'm going to stick with clubs.
You're going to stick with Three of Clubs? You could have any of the other 52 cards as well if you'd like. But you're going to stick with the three?
Yes.
All right. Remember this moment. Because the box itself, Mika, is not a terribly extraordinary object. It's a very, very simple little object. It's a game box, inside of which are some game pieces, some dice, a pencil, a notepad, presumably for keeping score, and a deck of playing cards. Aviator brand playing cards. That was my granddad's brand. Now, Mika, I say that this is special, but I must qualify that statement and share that I have discovered this not to be special to everybody all of the time, but extremely special to one person at any given point in time. For example, Mika, on one day, it was special to Chelsea. Can you see this, Chelsea? That was the Four of Clubs. On a different day, to Nate. Ten of Diamonds. It was once special to Tim, and yet on another day to Juan. Mika, I chose the Two of Spades. We're going to go a little bit faster. There was Marika, and Ralph, and Lorraine. We had Ren, Adeoye, Nelson, Jean, Max, Dell. Have you seen your card?
No.
Carlos and Shelley and Aiden. There was Poppy, Abu, Lynn, Ed, Edith, Eugene. Let's go faster. What did you say it was? It was the Three of Spades?
Clubs.
No, three of Clubs. The Three of Clubs. One and only one right there. Mika, in just a second, I'm going to pick that card up. I'm going to turn the back to the camera so that you can take a look at it. And I just want you to, Take it in. Yeah. That feels like magic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
It does indeed. Mika, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is a pleasure to see you. I hope you stay well. Enjoy the rest of your night. Friends, give Mika a giant round of applause from where you are. Thank you. And friends, please stay close. Follow the Magic Parlor on Instagram at the Magic Parlor. Like and follow this page. And of course, come back here in just a couple weeks. Until then, I want to close tonight with the most magical thing that I have seen all week, friends. Stay safe, stay home, tell your friends and family that you love them, and enjoy this little snippet of my 12-month-old son eating sweet potatoes. Friends, are you still with me on this